What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, it is the 17th day of August, and here we are sitting at about 0007. 4 hours, 37 minutes left in this day and this week. Looking like you want to come down a little bit. You did find some turbulence here, right at prior resistance, and that retrospectively retrospectively should have been obvious. But I think we were, if I'm not mistaken, we were calling for higher prices because we were looking at this bull flag and going with the measure move there. But high to low here, looking like we do want to find support at the golden ratio. I don't think that we're going to see anything too dramatic to the downside. Perhaps, being at the 786, we could go to the 0.5 or the 382. Perhaps we do still uphold this higher low, but it's a more dramatic drop. But I would think that we hold the golden ratio 30676, if not just below there, and it's fine if we go just below there, but we probably don't close below the golden ratio on a daily standard. That's what we want to avoid doing. Okay, if we close below, then we likely will go to 306 or 3053. Okay, I doubt strongly that we go below 3053 at the lowest. That's like our worst case scenario. Okay, worst case scenario is still a higher low. Higher lows, higher highs. What comes after a higher low? A higher high. In time, and whenever we do get that next higher high, wherever it comes from, wherever we bounce, here, wherever it might be that we bounce from. I'm just drawing chicken scratch here. Whenever we do see that new that new relative high, that should carry us to significantly higher prices. Something that's at 0013 to 0018. Likely, if not by the end of this month of August, then sometime in early September we should be up there. Consolidate again. Get ready to rally, and then I would think that going into the end of September, if not October, we should be seeing new all-time highs. It's very possible at this point in time, especially with how lagging August has been, it's very possible that we do see these new all-time highs in late September, if not even in October. And the target area that we have intended for Toshi is all the way up at about $0.005 to $0.0812, maybe even above a cent. It could happen. This longer phase of consolidation does allow for a more robust move. Toshi has a lot of pent-up aggression, so it's very possible that we could go above a cent, but I'm going to keep us grounded at 0.005 to 0.007 area. Okay, that's what I'm expecting. Maybe 0.008 at the most. Looking at this on a short-term basis, trying to pick out where we're going to go here. Volume's picking up to the downside. It is Sunday though, so it's not too crazy. But lower highs, lower lows. RSI rejecting the overbought zone. You look bearish. Stochastics look bearish, and the MACD looks like it wants to cross back below the zero. So that's all bearish stuff. Moved down. You moved up a little bit to start the day, and you're coming back down to resolve it to the downside. Low to high here. Bouncing off the golden ratio zone, you'll probably come up to 0.007077 to 307,138. Somewhere in that zone, find resistance and continue to work your way down. Again, 3 zeros, I think 3 zeros, was it 66 or 686? Where is it? Hold on. Three zeros 645. Is that right? Is that what we were calling for? No. Hold on. Was it this high to low? This high to low. Okay. 30676. Maybe we don't find support at 30676 actually. I like the idea. Maybe we do find support there, but I would think actually looking at this here, 30666 to 30645. That would be the more likely area we find support. You found support here before. You found a little turbulence here. You found some resistance right here and support in here before and some resistance on a closing basis here, support there. I wouldn't be surprised if you went there, and that is your relative golden ratio as well. So go there. Typically, whenever you miss the 1272, it's actually very common to go to that golden ratio. So go down to 3065, 3066, something in that area. You're at 307 now. A little bit lower, nothing too crazy. 4 hour. This is why we look at the short-term stuff too. The 4 hour does look bearish. You broke out of your downtrend, and here you are looking like you want to come back down. Stochastics look bearish, and the MACD, who cares? Moving sideways, it's not going to be reliable on the 4 hour. I should just delete the MACD, honestly. It doesn't. It comes in handy sometimes, though. It's like those moments where something's up. I like to have it just in case, but I very much do think we're going lower, my friends, so prepare yourselves for that. The amount of drop that we should see at the most would be about less than 10%, like an 8.5% drop, maybe a 5.5% drop at the minimum, okay? Probably happens over the coming days, and then from there, going into the end of the month, we should be rallying. Going into the end of the year, we should be rallying. We will definitely be above 1 cent by the end of the year, probably be worth several cents by the end of the year. And from this price, guys, that's phenomenal growth, because from here, just to hit 1 cent, that's about 15x in growth. If we're worth 2 cents or more, we're going to be looking at something on the lines of like 27x or more. And I really wouldn't be surprised if we were in that or more category. I don't really have anything else I don't want to say. Nothing new is going on. So hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I will see you on the next one. No new exchange listings or anything like that, right? Oh, is Toshi? When did Toshi get on Binance? Oh my goodness. There was a new exchange listing. Wow. Might be why you're being held up a little bit, right? Getting listed on Binance, they definitely had to pay for that. Ain't no way that Binance listed Uncle Brian's coin for no reason. Yeah, so that might be why we're seeing a little bit of stagnation here. You moved up. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, dude, yeah, Toshi set, you guys. That's a big deal. I'm sure somebody tried to tell me that in the comments. That's a big deal. That's awesome, yeah. But that's also probably why we're being held up. Typically, exchange listings are actually more bearish in the short term than they are bullish, but in the long term, after that initial bearishness, it is a more bullish thing. So cool. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.